What's up, children of the sun? This is your metaphysical advisor, Montre Bible. Uh, Today, I'm going to be talking about another Mandela effect. Just when I thought I was getting away, I'm telling you. I recently did one on Kid Rock. You can check that video out. And I've also done a whole series of Mandela effects. For a time, I wasn't really seeing anything, but the world is so crazy right now, and I feel like we're so much at a crossroad that some little ones are popping up and getting my attention at least, which is telling me that the world is changing and that we're at a crossroad right now. I kind of feel like these Mandela effects, when they do happen, they happen during a major shift, and usually it affects not only how we see things, but it affects people completely altogether in their personalities and who they are. Today, I want to talk about one particular one, Mandela effect, that showed up on the internet for me. What is the name of this woman? What is her name? Some of y'all might be familiar with the neo soul singer. Some of you may not. Maybe it's like not that big of a deal to me. Okay. Uh, I love neo soul music. Um, so I want to ask you, just take a minute without googling. What is her name and how do you spell it? Um, when I started seeing her, because she's recently been in the news because she's been talking, she's been in that whole Spotify um, stuff. What can I call it? Uh, about Joe Rogan. So the whole campaign of censoring Joe Rogan. She's one of the ones who recently was in the news talking about she is taking her stuff off of Spotify based upon that Spotify supports Joe Rogan. They're putting all these millions of dollars in him, and as an artist, she doesn't get that much, and she doesn't like him because she thinks he's racist. Uh, that's neither here or there. That's not the topic. But what do you think about her name? Now, if you said India.arie, you're in the majority. You're in the majority of people. If you said indie.arie with the IE, you're in the minority. But this is a possible Mandela effect. I'm gonna tell you why. I remember indie.arie only because I remember it was a weird spelling of a name. I would spell it India, and I was like, oh no, that's wrong. That's not how you spell her name. Her name's spelled uniquely with Indi. So there would be no reason for me to put an E there if I didn't already know that her name was spelled very uniquely, very different. Irie was also spelled differently. It's, in Jamaica they say Irie, but she spelled Irie differently. Um, so the E and the A were inter switched out basically. I see a lot of Mandela effects that involve E and A, and Berenstain Bears to be one of them. Uh, so we'll talk about that later. I wanted to show you this. The Caballerian philosophy is a philosophy that our names. This is the name I remember. Indi.arie, 3 syllables. Indi.arie, that was her name. Now it's India.arie, which is 4 syllables. I don't know, numerology could have a strong effect on syllables, but I know with Caballerian philosophy, the meaning of your name, according to the letters, has a very powerful effect on you. He says Indy gives you a strong, independent, and highly creative nature. And she's very creative. She's a guitar player, singer. You can work intently on whatever is new and hold your interest at the moment, but your interest wanes quickly when drudgery and monotony set in. So this is a person who likes to change a lot, change their hair, obstacles in your progress of restrictions of your freedom to act create a sense of frustration and may cause you to feel resentful and even rebellious. You then become intolerant of others and caustic and belittling in your expression, causing imposing stress in your personal relationships. I know this is probably her stage name. It's probably not her real name, but still, anytime you assign yourself a name, that name has an energy behind it, and because of that, it will affect your personality. She has a clever, quick, capable mind to progress in life and restricted by instability in your affairs and misunderstandings. So let's go to India. India is a little bit different. We say all names are not equal. That's true. First name India creates an independent, determined, persevering nature. You desire to work on your own, at least where you are making your own decisions. So this is more of a business person, someone who's running their own thing. I wonder if she's more successful in this timeline. I would know. I haven't heard from her in a while. Not like I talked to her or anything, but I'm saying like since the neo soul days, at least in my consciousness, she's kind of fallen off. But now she's back in the news. A lot of people are looking at her. Being more focused on your pursuits at times, you are overlooked the personal considerations and intentions that create understanding and companionship with others. She seems to be a little combative. Uh, the name causes you to suffer with self-consciousness in new situations and the inability to be diplomatic when situations warrant. You are loyal in friendships and express candidly. You enjoy outdoor activities with a few close friends. This is a person who's more to their own inner circle versus trying to be out and about. Where indie is more, I guess, sporadic, less not as stable. And that would make sense. India has 3 syllables, which is more social, where India has 4 syllables, which is more stable. It's the number 4, way stable, more energy. So she may do better with this name. But let's go back to the Mandela effect. Tangents. As you can see, not the only one who remembers indie.arie. You got Santana featuring indie.arie. Someone put that in their title. Indie.arie, complicated melody. Someone saying leaving Spotify due to, somebody wrote that recently, 2 days ago. They did it indie.arie. Someone remembers the name from the song here, even though her name is on her album. And once again, when we're talking about Mandela effect, why would people, even a large group of people, collectively type indie if they had never seen it before? India is more, if your name is India, there's no reason for people to make up a name. If her name was really Indie, it would make sense for people to mistakenly write her name as India. But if her name is actually India, it makes no sense to accidentally write her name as Indi, which is a completely different name. And she's was pretty popular, at least in neo soul, in the Black American community. Indie.arie right here, once again, Steady Love. There's her channel, India, very apparent. It's on the cover album. There's some singing there. I found some other things. This is just, if I just Google her and then she just pops up as India, I can turn that out. All right, this is a news article that I found, and her name was mentioned. So let's go ahead and zoom in. And we can see right here, record of the year, video, Indie.arie. Album of the year, Acoustic Soul, Indie.arie. Can you guys see that? I need to zoom in some more. There we go. Best new artist, Indie.arie. I would be kind of interested to see how people pronounce her name. Do they do all 4 syllables or do they do 3 syllables? That would be another good residual to see. I don't want to get a strike or anything. I'm trying to see if I can find someone saying her name. Fit 44th. They keep doing this dot. You know what I'm noticing a lot? People are putting that dot, indie.arie. I don't remember that dot ever being there. I remember her name, and people are. I'm seeing that as a recurrent thing. I've never seen her name spelled like a website, so I'm finding that pretty consistent with a lot of people putting her name .arie, .arie. Someone put India dot. That's new, and I have no idea what that means. It was just a first name and a last name. Okay, they say India, pretty evident in there, in that clip. Of course, I've never seen this clip before, but it's some. If people are saying her name so clearly, India.arie, it would make sense that no one would ever misspell her name. But I clearly remember Indi.arie, like it was, you know. Of course, I'm gonna be in the minority in this because I've already looked at Google Trends. I don't know if I can show you that. I've already looked at Google Trends, and there are people who remember India.arie, but it is the minority of people, and it really kind of starts around 2005. So I don't know what happened in 2005 and where all these people came from, including myself. But there's a flat line, and then all of a sudden in 2005, must have been some type of shift where maybe a group of consciousness people who are conscious of Irie fell into this world. That's the only thing that I can think of. And it jumps up again this year, only because she's in the news. So that's interesting. But other than that, it stayed pretty steady throughout the years. Um, I've always said that I believe that we do live. There are two realities be existing at the same time in any given world, and that might be the case. I'm starting to believe that there are two realities always existing in one space. Okay, so back to some of my research. India.arie, that was a newspaper article. India.arie tour dates. Someone recently wrote this because she's in the news. She's pulling her music. There's the IE. Also, IE, there's some more 23 photos. They're using that dot again. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the way. I don't see it on the album spelled like that, but people are spelling her name with this first name dot last name. Then other people spelling with India. Truly believe this is a Mandela effect. Here's a book someone wrote about Black women, Black music. It's Black History Month. Why not? Let's talk about it, right? Here you go. She, not to say that people don't make mistakes, but there she goes. She's writing Lauren Hill, which would be a common name to misspell, Jill Scott, and India.arie entered in unexplored territory. Erica Badu is another name that would be misspelled. Michelle, I don't even know how to say that. But that is a name that you would misspell. Erica Badu is a name you would misspell. India.arie, here you go. This is how I remember it. It's, if Erica changes her name, or if I'll let you guys know, but so far everything's still the same with Erica Badu and Lauren Hill. Those have been the two people I've actually been kind of watching a little bit. But you can't watch Mandela effects. They usually just happen. It's like trying to watch water boil. When it happens, it happens. And I don't understand why right now the universe is making me conscious of these Mandela effects. But they're popping up everywhere for me now. Only just to tell me, hey, look, reality is fluid. Yes, you're in this world, but not of it. You're seeing different things because your reality that you came from is not this one. But it also means that things can change very quickly, and you can shift realities. You can shift to one reality to the other pretty quickly and almost without knowing. Once again, here's something on Spotify. Someone created a playlist titled Indie.arie, just how I remember it as well. Someone's on created something, I guess their music thing. They were creating a playlist. More news about what just happened in pictures. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now, guys, with the beautiful India.arie as we know her in this reality. A lot of controversies going on, but like I said, with that, just keep in mind, like I said, reality is a very fluid thing. We are shifting constantly. To be conscious of these past couple of Mandela effects, which haven't surprised me, but in the same sense, like I said, I was just looking at the news and I was like, something doesn't look right about her name. And that's that feeling is something is changed. Something is not quite how I remember it. And when I kept looking at it, I was like, why is everybody spelling it India when that's clearly not how you spell her name, at least in my reality? If you remember India, that's fine because the majority of people do. That's just how it is. Um, I believe we have uh, several lives where we jump from consciousness to consciousness, uh, several realities. Um, it doesn't mean good or bad whether you see it as indie or India. It's just a sign to me that reality is shifting at this particular point in time. That we are at a crossroad of what do we want to do and how do we want to see reality in the next few years. So, from a metaphysical level, um, keep your consciousness in high vibration. Keep trying to create and manifest the world that you want to live in, and it will happen. Okay, so that's just my advice on that, especially when it comes to Mandela effect. I like to really know the reasoning behind it and the purpose behind it versus just kind of throw Mandela effects at you. I truly believe it has a lot to do with a lot of the old gods, the old energies, um, the fighting each other, um, the princes and principalities in high places doing their little thing. But that's neither here or there. That would be a whole nother video on itself. I'm gonna let you guys go. If you guys ever want some metaphysical advice, spiritual counseling, you can always book a reading, montrebible.com, or you can also I have a new thing. You can request videos now. If you don't have the time and you just want to request a reading, you can go to wizio.com, Montre Bible, and I will just request it. I'll record a video for you. You can follow me on all my social media. Go ahead, follow me. And that's at bemyfan.com/Montre. You'll see all the links to everything, including where to book or how to book a reading. Also, I'm here on Tuesdays doing Tarot Tuesdays. I'll give everyone one free card. But if you want more, you can always cash at me. There it is, Montre Bible. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Stay warm. I know everybody, a lot of people are in the cold, and make your reality happen. Because if you don't do it, then who will? Talk to you guys later. Peace out.